Hey, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here a while, you already know that none of us are ever prepared when Park Jimin decides to show up and just exist. Okay, today we are talking about something that sent the entire ARMY community worldwide into a full-blown spiral. People spamming Twitter, flooding TikTok, blowing up group chats, and honestly, losing sleep over it. Today's topic, Jimin's schoolboy aura that has millions of people absolutely losing it. But before we get into it, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, grab your snacks, and mentally prepare yourself. Because this video might permanently change the way you look at someone in a school uniform. If you're hearing the name Park Jimin, or just Jimin, for the very first time, allow me to introduce this man born on October 13th, 1995, in the way he properly deserves. Jimin was born in Busan, South Korea. From a young age, his talent for dance was already exceptional, which led him to enroll at Busan High School of Arts. During his time there, he was known as one of the most talented students, especially in dance. Right there, we can already see it. Jimin and the world of school have always had a very iconic relationship. Before becoming a trainee, Jimin studied contemporary dance at Busan High School of Arts and was a top student in the modern dance department. Think about that. He was already the star student before he even debuted. And interestingly, Jimin once ranked first in popularity among Korean male teenagers aged 13 to 18, an extraordinary achievement that shows how broadly his appeal transcends gender and age. But it's not just about achievements. Jimin has something that's genuinely hard to put into words. Something we call aura. Alright, now we get into the real heart of this video. If you've been in ARMY for a while, you know that BTS and the concept of school are almost inseparable. From their debut album, Too Cool for School, in 2013, through the entire School Trilogy era, BTS built their early identity around narratives of youth, school life, and rebellion against social pressure. And in every single one of those concepts, there was always one person stealing the spotlight. Park Jimin. There is something that happens when Jimin puts on a school uniform. Something that can't be explained scientifically, but can absolutely be felt emotionally by anyone watching. Fans call it this schoolboy aura, a unique combination of a face that looks dramatically younger than his actual age, an expression that's innocent yet somehow intensely magnetic, and the way he carries himself that is just not normal for a regular human being. Jimin is known for his beautiful dance lines, and once Jimin starts dancing, everyone is completely immersed in his beauty. This is one of the reasons why Jimin's dance fan cams always reach the top views online. But what makes this schoolboy aura phenomenon go viral over and over again is the context. This isn't just about the clothes. This is about a combination of visuals plus energy plus talent that produces something nobody ever sees coming. Picture this, a man who is nearly 30 years old, with an absolutely staggering list of international achievements, standing in front of a camera looking like he just walked out of his first day of high school orientation. That's not something you come across every day. That is the Park Jimin phenomenon. And every time photos or videos of Jimin in a school-related context surface on social media, the fan reaction never, ever disappoints. Comments flood in like, is he 29 or 17? Someone please explain this scientifically because I cannot cope, and that face should be internationally regulated. All crashing timelines worldwide within minutes. Now let's talk about the moment that the entire ARMY universe had been counting down to in 2025. On the morning of June 11th, 2025, global superstars Jimin and Jungkook of BTS officially completed their mandatory military service. The two appeared before fans and the media around 8 a.m. at the public stadium in Yongkyeon, Gyeonggi Province, near the unit where they had served. Stepping out of their vehicle to loud cheers, the pair received flower bouquets with bright smiles. Turning to the crowd of fans and reporters, they stood proudly and gave a salute. And this is where the internet absolutely detonated. When Jimin appeared, after nearly 18 months of mandatory military service, after rigorous physical training, after serving in the 5th Infantry Division Artillery Brigade, the first thing thousands of fans commented on wasn't how commanding he looked in uniform. What they commented on was, he still looks like a schoolboy. After his discharge, Jimin appeared leaner, yet more defined. Official photos showed sharper arm and shoulder lines, giving his physical presence a more mature edge without losing the agility that defines his performance style. But fans simply could not get past one undeniable fact: his face. The face of Park Jimin had maintained a quality that made the whole world wonder whether he had some kind of secret arrangement with time itself. Jimin expressed his gratitude by saying, "From COVID-19 to the military, it has been quite a long journey. Thank you so much for waiting. Now that I have been discharged, we will get back to painting the picture we have been envisioning. We will prepare well and show you." Sounds poetic. Sounds mature. Sounds like a man who has been through it. But his face? His face told a completely different story. Social media erupted instantly. Armies from Indonesia, Brazil, Portugal, Japan, and everywhere in between flooded timelines with the same bewildered energy. How is it possible that someone who just completed military service is still radiating the aura of a shy but charming new student on his first day of school? One fan from Portugal who attended the discharge in person said she had come with all her friends, who were also BTS fans, to celebrate this historic moment. A fan from Brazil even revealed she had arrived at the venue as early as 4 a.m. That's not ordinary dedication. That is proof that Jimin's aura carries a gravitational pull that transcends time zones, sleep schedules, and all rational decision-making. Okay, let's get a little analytical here for a moment. Because this phenomenon is not a coincidence, and it's definitely not just good lighting. There are several specific factors that make Jimin's schoolboy aura so powerful and so remarkably consistent across all these years. Factor 1. A unique arts background. Jimin studied contemporary dance at Busan High School of Arts and was a top student in the modern dance department. This means Jimin was trained from a young age to understand how the body communicates emotion and narrative. He doesn't just look like someone. He consciously or unconsciously embodies a character through his posture, expression, and energy. When Jimin puts on a school uniform, it's not just the clothes doing the talking. His entire body communicates something. And what it communicates is freshness, sincerity, and something that feels intensely familiar. Like someone you've definitely met before, but can't quite place. Factor 2. A timeless face. This is a factor that simply cannot be learned or trained into existence. Park Jimin possesses a combination of facial features that are visually very resistant to aging. Expressive eyes, a symmetrical facial structure, and a smile that carries its own unique frequency. All of this creates an effect where he consistently appears far younger than his actual age. Fans have long given Jimin a collection of iconic nicknames: Baby Machi, Angel, Chim Chim, all names that reflect the youthful, adorable quality he never seems to lose no matter how much time passes. Factor 3. The contrast that catches everyone off guard. This is the most important element of the viral phenomenon: contrast. On one hand, Jimin is an artist with achievements that are genuinely not of this world. His debut solo album Face set multiple chart and sales records, debuting at #1 in South Korea and Japan, and #2 in the US, making Jimin the highest charting Korean solo artist of all time on the Billboard 200. The album's single, Like Crazy, made Jimin the first South Korean solo artist in history to top the Billboard Hot 100. Jimin extended his record as the first and only idol to achieve the #1 spot for 35 consecutive months and 50 months overall in the brand reputation rankings. This is not the profile of your average student. This is the profile of a world-class superstar. Yet the moment he appears with schoolboy energy, whether through an actual uniform or simply through that particular aura, all of those achievements seem to pause for a moment. And the contrast between who Jimin actually is and how he visually presents is exactly what creates unavoidable viral moments. The internet loves contrast. The internet loves things that don't add up. And Park Jimin in a school uniform is the definition of both. Factor 4. BTS's deep history with school themes. From the very beginning of their debut, BTS built their narrative around the themes of school and youth. And Jimin was always the most visually memorable element of that narrative. From the debut era of Too Cool for School to the Smart Uniform campaign they once fronted, BTS served as brand ambassadors for Smart Uniform, a Korean school uniform brand, with Jimin being one of the members who appeared most frequently in their promotional materials. This means there is a deeply embedded association in the minds of fans. Jimin and school uniforms are a combination that is dangerously viral by default. But there's another dimension to Jimin's relationship with the world of school that goes far deeper than visual aesthetics. While fans are going wild over Jimin's schoolboy aura that never seems to fade, Jimin himself has made genuinely significant contributions to the world of education in real, tangible ways. In 2017, when Jimin heard that Hodong Elementary School was going to close down, he paid for the school uniforms of the graduating pupils for 2 consecutive years. Jimin is a supporter of education and the arts. From 2016 to 2018, he covered uniform expenses of students at his alma mater, Busan Hodong Elementary School. This is not the story of an idol who merely wears a school uniform for aesthetic purposes. This is the story of an artist who actively invested in the educational future of children in his own hometown. So when ARMY calls Jimin's presence schoolboy aura, beneath all the jokes and the viral chaos, there is a deeper truth. Jimin and the world of school share a bond that is genuinely real, personal, and emotional. The aura isn't just a visual trick. It's rooted in something authentic. After his discharge in June 2025, the entire world could barely contain its excitement for what Jimin would bring next. To celebrate their 12th anniversary, BTS and Big Hit Music hosted the 2025 BTS Festa on June 13th and 14th at Kintex in Goyang, an annual event that has marked BTS's debut since 2014. As of January 2026, all 7 BTS members have officially completed South Korea's mandatory military service. With enlistment fully behind them, BTS are now firmly in comeback mode. Their 5th full-length album is scheduled for release on March 20th, 2026, and world tour dates are expected to be announced imminently. And of course, fans are already bracing themselves. Because if Jimin's schoolboy aura was already breaking the internet through standard photos and casual footage, just imagine what happens when he comes back at full force onto the international stage with everything he has been envisioning and preparing during his time in service. The title track, Who, from his 2nd solo album Muse, released in July 2024, spent 33 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100 and remained for 54 weeks on both the Billboard Global 200 and Global XGL US charts, a remarkable achievement even while Jimin was serving in the military. That means his music kept moving forward even when he wasn't actively present. Now picture what happens when he is fully back, fully present, fully Jimin. We cannot talk about the Jimin viral phenomenon without giving a proper spotlight to the global ARMY community, one of the largest, loudest, and most creative fandoms on the planet. Every single time content about Jimin's schoolboy aura surfaces, timelines on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram go absolutely haywire. Hashtags like hashtag #JiminSchoolboyAura, hashtag #ParkJiminTimeless, and the more dramatic hashtag Jimin should be illegal trend with terrifying speed. And the comments from fans are always gold. He's 29 or 17? Someone please explain this to me using science, because I am not okay. Jimin's face got locked at his first year of high school, while his achievements are on a presidential level. Every time I see a photo of Jimin in anything remotely school-related, my brain just blue screens. It's not fair. It is genuinely not fair. I'm 22 and I look older than him, and he's 29-inch. And arguably the funniest reactions come from parents who have no prior knowledge of K-pop, but after one glimpse of Jimin in schoolboy mode, immediately ask, "Honey, who is that? Is he a college freshman?" That is the power of Jimin's aura. It breaks through generational barriers, bypasses logic entirely, and resists every attempt at rational explanation. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. If we step back and look at the bigger picture, the schoolboy aura phenomenon of Jimin is a reflection of something much larger. This is the story of a kid from Busan who, from the very first day he walked into an art school, already possessed something rare: the ability to make people feel something simply through his presence. Jimin has the exceptional abilities to understand dancing and is said to have raised the bar when it comes to idol choreography, which is why his dance fan cams always reach the top views online. But beyond technique and beyond records, Jimin carries a quality that is deeply human. He feels real. When he's happy, you're happy. When he's nervous, you feel the butterflies. And when he shows up with that particular energy of a young student full of wonder and possibility, you get pulled right back to a time when everything still felt open, uncertain, and endlessly exciting. That is a rare gift. And it is exactly why, every single time a photo or video of Jimin surfaces that carries even a trace of that energy, the internet never fails to absolutely lose its mind. Because some things in this world simply cannot be explained. And Park Jimin is at the very top of that list. So there it is, our long, wonderful, slightly chaotic deep dive into the schoolboy aura of Park Jimin that never fails to send the world into a frenzy. From top student at Busan High School of Arts, to Billboard record-breaking solo artist, to military veteran who somehow still radiates the energy of a kid walking into orientation on the first day of school, Jimin's journey is living proof that some things in this world genuinely defy explanation. And maybe they don't need to be explained. Maybe they just need to be experienced, appreciated, and turned into viral content that entertains all of us indefinitely. If this video made you smile, or made you fall even harder for Jimin, go ahead and hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Share it with your army friends, your group chats, or anyone who still doesn't understand why K-pop drives people this crazy. Because after watching this video, I think you already know the answer. See you in the next one. Purple U Army. Purple Heart.